Welcome back, and we are back. You already know what it is, Puerto Rican Creative. You create, I design. I'm here again with my host, Top Boy Zello, and we have an amazing comedian, writer, overall songwriter. He started in he's done
dental hygienist.
Oh, you know what? Okay, that one surprised me, for sure. For sure. Okay, we have that too, possibly. I can't tell if he's serious or not, guys. But he's an amazing comedian. He's done everything from the cruise lines to stages. He's touched stadiums and then some. We have the amazing Tim Walkoe.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys. It's thrilled to be here. It really is. It's great. It's awesome, man. This is a beautiful place.
And I've heard that this is out. You are coming back.
Yes, after many years in the wilderness.
You were lost for a second. You were lost. We brought you home.
I was lost in the Forest Preserve in Palos Heights.
Oh, nice.
Whatever that is. I don't know where that is even.
That's a little out the way.
Yeah, so everything's cool. Nice to be back with everybody.
For sure.
So you've lived a couple of creative lives, right?
Yeah.
And but it didn't start with comedy.
No, it didn't start with comedy. I was in college, and then I joined this band, and all of a sudden we had a record deal, and it was like, once you get into music, college is, put it this way, I went there 7 years to college, I became a sophomore. That's not good, because I was playing every night in the club.
Yeah.
So music just took me to another place, and I just didn't want to do anything else. And so I got to that, so we did bands out to California, back and forth, record deals. We recorded in James Brown's studio in Cincinnati. We did a lot of stuff like that. Finally, I got a deal with some guys here in Chicago called the Eddie Boy Band. We were good. We got a record deal with MCA Records, big deal. And we managed to screw it up after that.
But what type of... We'll get to that in a second.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about that.
Hold that thought, because you just unloaded really fast. But what type of music were you making with...
It's just rock and roll, straight rock and roll. A lot of blues influence. Blues, some country, some soul, a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Mostly Chicago guys in the band. One guy's from Kansas City, and he's one of the top guitar players in the world. So
y'all had that sprinkle of flavor for sure.
Yeah, that was nice, man.
So elaborate. Now we can go back to that. Now we can come back. How did you guys mess up the deal with MCA Records?
After years of putting the band together and getting the deal and coming out there and have a good following, we went to L.A. and we maybe should have stayed in Chicago, because L.A. everybody's like, you don't need him on the show, do you? You don't need her. It's like they all want you, and they, And then what happened was they recorded the first album out of phase. Now, out of phase means it's not stereo. It's like, what year is this, 1910? And so eventually they had to redo the album, send it out again, and eventually we broke up. And some of the guys went out to some pretty big things, playing with like Jimmy Buffett, Linda Ronstadt. My friend in the band wrote Automatic for the Pointer Sisters.
Okay.
Worked with them, and then I realized I always liked comedy. A lot of musicians are comedians, because musicians are funny. They're stoned, but they're funny. And we laughed a lot. So I was going to the Comedy Store when it first started. And the comedy boom came, and I got lucky and started working, and I didn't look back. I used to be a little music in my act, but I stick with the comedy. It made me more money.
So what was that like going from just an independent band to signing a major big deal like that?
That's pretty weird. Well, you get together with the president. We're walking in the house, the president of MCA Records, and we got to meet a guy named Irving Azoff, who runs the Planet now. Irving Azoff he managed Minnie Riperton, he managed the Eagles, he managed Dan Fogelberg. He's in Live Nation, he owns Live Nation.
Okay.
Irving's actually from Illinois.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he started with REO Speedwagon, and the guy named Dan Fogelberg, and the rest is history. So we were walking in there, and then as we walk in, Elton John's walking out, so you feel pretty good about yourself. He didn't hit on me, though. That I know of.
Well, I don't know if that's good or bad for you. Yet I'm
it worked
happy.
out for me because I was better off in comedy. It just worked better for me. Okay. The people out there want to do music, and all the artists out there, songwriting is where it's at. Songwriting is what pays the money.
Okay.
And not just the streaming thing, all kinds of things can happen. You have a hit record, the way it used to be, if you had a hit record top 10, you got $20,000 in publishing the rest of your life from that record. So it can add up like what Paul McCartney has. And
so you've traveled, and we know you've traveled with some heavy hitters, some really good big names like Whitney Houston, the Beach Boys, Joe Cocker.
Joe Cocker, yeah.
And that's an insane range to just
It
even
is
bounce
yeah, I used to open
between,
for them, and it was interesting. Joe was an interesting guy. I just got put in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I think, last week.
Nice.
And Joe, if you remember how Joe worked, he had that funny motion, and he wore like a T-shirt, and he'd be downstairs, and they thought he was the janitor a lot of the time, but he was the star.
Bro.
But
You know what?
unfortunately,
It's the people in the ordinary clothing,
that
like
do it.
Adam Sandler.
Oh yeah.
And like Adam Sandler,
Totally.
he went to the awards in his shorts
He had his
and
shorts
his
on.
hoodie, and he was just sitting there eating the popcorn. Like, he does not care. And he made, you know what? And it ended up being his show at the end of the night because
That's
why was
right.
everybody talking about him? And it's the awards ceremony. So I mean, it's all in like the perspective of how.
So that was good. I got to work with those people, and we a big comedy boom. And now comedy's doing great, and it's whole changed. Changed some things with the distribution of it, with all the streaming and all the platforms and all that. With these guys, the Urban Grind know everything about, by the way.
Yeah.
That's fantastic because I can do content, but so far I'm not doing well on my computer. I have a Commodore 64 computer with Windows 58.
Oh wow.
I'm kidding.
You know, I almost believed you only because my uncle.
I could be your uncle.
My uncle has one.
Do you have a rotary dial-up?
It's just, you know, he got the old little box and everything. Like, he's very much like into the old type of like, he's like an electrician, so he definitely
Wow,
does,
he's
like,
into it.
Yeah, he's very much into it, like breaking down pieces that no longer work, putting them back together, doing all of that.
I just take
rewiring.
things apart and leave them.
Such destructive behavior.
I can't help it. I'm
Toxic.
I have
That's what he
ADD.
said. In
I
other
have
words, it's
ADD.
toxic.
I have ADHD. It means I have ADD in high def.
In
That's not-
high def.
Yeah.
High
What did you say?
definition.
I forgot.
You know what?
I lost my train of thought. I have ADD.
You can't even do that with me either because I do too. I do too. What were we talking about?
Golf. We're talking about golf, professional golf.
I can't even say we did because I don't even like golf like that.
I don't
I'm
either.
at that
Okay,
level.
so
I don't, unless it's full contact golf, where they tackle the guy when he putts.
I think that's. Anyways, so let's switch gears.
Okay.
Let's switch gears. Was there a moment when you realized like music was the launch pad for you, but comedy was where you should have
I took
been?
a chance. I thought I could do it. Some people are real funny off stage, and you can be real funny with your friends, but you don't know until you do an audience. Comedy is the one thing you have to have an audience. If you're a musician, you can practice in the mirror, you can play it back. Comedy, you have to have feedback from the audience or it doesn't work. So you don't know what's funny until you try it. And sometimes you'll try a joke you think is great, and then you got nothing. And then you'll say something stupid, and they go, that's great.
How'd you know you were funny?
I just kept working. I hit it off pretty well because I had the guitar at the end, and I had a little crutch there. So I had some talent with that. So I knew I was funny because it was working out, and I got booked a lot, and I was lucky. So it worked out well for me.
Okay. And you played in clubs, cruise ships, corporate events, even in Las Vegas, right?
I did Las Vegas.
Is
for
that your
12
favorite
years.
place?
Yeah, it is my favorite place because people out there, whether they're losing the house downstairs or whatever they're playing, they come up for the show, they have a great time, and they go back and lose more money. And that's what it's all about. In Las Vegas, you have to get off at an exact moment because you cost the house money.
Oh.
It used to be, guys would have those things with an hourglass with the sand in it, and the sand would run out, and they know if they go extra, Vinny's going to talk to you. You know, your cost is $12 million for 9 minutes there. Okay, I'll get off. Good night, everybody.
Okay, all right, bye guys. Stay tuned for next time, back at it.
But Vegas is great. It's fun to perform there.
So what's like a WTF moment that you've had?
I have had a couple.
just gonna ask
I had a couple. One was, we're all Chicago Bull fans here in Chicago, Bulls fans.
Yeah.
And my buddy down in Florida, Richie Pupura, Southside boy, very funny guy, comedy magician, crazy person. The Bulls were on, and I had to be on stage, and he goes, well, if they win, I'm going to tackle you on stage. I go, no, you're not. He did. They won, he tackled me on stage. We're rolling around. They go, what kind of
That's a man of his word.
What kind of show is this?
It's a man of his word.
Another time I was with Rich, and he said he was going to go out as a blind person. I'm not making this up. He goes out with a stick, and he's wandering around, and he's a magician. He's got all these props. All of a sudden, they're playing the tune, 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 tune. A guy comes out of the audience, knocks him over, tackles him. I run out, I jump on that guy, I start punching him. Richie's rolling around, and they realize, stop, it's the owner's brother. Okay.
Group pile.
That's a heck of a way to start a show.
Group pile.
We had to do it every night.
Hey,
then.
you had to captivate the audience somehow, some way.
Somehow. So, yeah, that was one of them. Another time I had to work a nudist colony.
Oh, that was crazy.
Horrifying.
But
So what's next? What's next
I don't
for
know.
Tim
Dental
Walker?
hygiene, mostly.
Dental hygiene.
Dental hygiene mostly. You know what? If you guys want to see what's next, you're obviously just gonna have to go follow
gotta
the man and
tune
stay tuned.
1-800-DENTIST.
You're always tell them where they can find you at on any of your social media platforms.
Just Tim Walkoe at yahoo.com now, getting a new website, which I hope to do with these people here. And I'm all around Chicago, and I'm going out to Las Vegas to work again, doing some things in Florida, and then Puerto Rico.
I want to go to Puerto Rico, and
know
I
you
feel like
do.
you're just joking with me now because I said I've never been and I want to go. Anyways, all right, guys, you already know what it is. It's Puerto Rican Creative. You create, I design. Come again. Stay tuned with us for another Wednesday with another amazing host and another amazing guest. However, you will always see my fabulous face on your screen.
Y'all already know what it is. Stop Boy Zello, a.k.a. SMG Zello, the Talk a Lot artist, and we back, man.
And it's been an amazing one with the one and only Tim
Walker.
Walkoe. And thank you so much. We appreciate you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Stay tuned, Urban Grind family. Until next time.
Step onto the stage at Urban Grind Studios, featuring a professional TV set with a full stage, dynamic lighting, and top-tier production capabilities. Whether you're filming a show, recording content, or creating high-quality visuals, we've got the setup to bring your vision to life. We also offer a state-of-the-art podcast studio with a Rodcaster Pro, professional mics, and in-studio monitors for flawless sound. Need crystal-clear wireless audio? Our professional-grade Saramonic wireless audio system with 4 microphones ensures top-quality sound for any production. Our photography studio is perfect for headshots, brand shoots, and content creation with premium lighting and backdrops. Need to record music or voiceovers? Our on-site recording studio is available for high-quality productions. Expand your reach with podcast distribution, TV and radio packages, and exclusive content placement services. And we keep it comfortable, with a fridge stocked for guests, easy parking, and a designated smoking area. Book your session today. Call 1-888-380-1913 or visit urbangrindtv.com.
Are you an artist, model, or entertainer? Do you need help with bookings, castings, or even engagement on your platforms? Hit up Urban Grind TV today and let them get you right.
Attention artists, producers, and record labels. Are you ready to elevate your music career? Urban Grind TV will get your music video on BET Jams. That's right, guaranteed airplay for your music video on BET Jams. You'll receive a minimum of 6 to 12 plays, gaining you massive exposure to fans and industry insiders. Just contact Urban Grind TV and we take care of everything. The professional video preparation, the closed captioning, the submission, and the music video placement with the results guaranteed. Just contact Urban Grind TV, send us your file via WeTransfer, complete the payment securely on our website, urbangrindtv.com, and we handle the rest. All you need to do is call 888-380-1913 and visit urbangrindtv.com to get started today. Urban Grind TV, where your music meets the spotlight.
I've been on the road for like 5-10 days too, my nigga. I ain't even been to sleep for a bit of shit. I've been on motherfucking mad, boy. You know, I be moving. You know, that's what appetite you moving, we got. Yeah. Shit, vampire lifestyle, you know how I do. Like Waka Flocka. Yeah.
Young Shad, you kill
What it do, huh? I be moving. And I'm finessing and I'm grooving, And I be moving, huh? And I'm finessing and I'm grooving, huh? I keep them things bumping all the that in Houston. And I be moving, huh? And I be grooving, huh? And I'm finessing and I'm grooving, huh? And I be moving, huh? I keep them things bumping all from Dallas, Houston. And I be moving. For you niggas working, stool pigeons. Old police ass nigga, tell the feds I never retired, nigga. Hey, I say I'm up like a vampire. Tell the feds I never retired, nigga. Hey, I say I'm up like a vampire. And I be moving. I'm finessing and I'm grooving and I'm grooving. And I be moving, I be moving, I be moving. Hey, and I be moving, I be moving, I be moving. They saying 1 in a trillion chance that an average person get rich, but I'm far from average, bitch. I'm a trap with no resistance. Staying on my age, boogie shit, make sure everybody eat trick. Yeah, fuck just breaking down the brick. I'm trying to rap and duct tape the whole shit, man. I hit the highway already, make a quarter ticket, nigga, and it's Thursday. Yeah, they say I'm greedy, but my blood say cheese, yeah, like Velveeta. Yeah, I have to do the whole fucking enterprise. I'm trying to see this money, nigga, through legitimate eyes. Watch out for you wise guys and you snakes. I'm trying to run up that young nigga got that cake. Cause I be moving, I be moving, I be moving, hey. And I'm finessing and I'm grooving and I'm grooving. And I be moving, I be moving, I be moving, hey. And I'm finessing and I'm grooving and I'm grooving. And I be moving, I be moving, I be moving, hey. And I'm finessing and I'm grooving, I be moving. Oh, well, I can't hear you. Mama, I gave that ring to the man in the sky. I don't know what that means, but that ring costs a lot of money. Yeah, I gave that ring to Zeus, mama. It's the world of wars going on right now, bigger than life. But I'm finna check the mail real quick, make sure I ain't never check came in the mail and stuff, man. I got that, man. That's a trip. Hove knew Steph Curry and them was gonna win before they won when he copped the ring. And I'm a real nigga from the streets, 100% gangster, nigga. Shoot right through your teeth. Hustle game so unique. Fall out now, nigga. That's not me. I'm calling shots and running shit, B. I've been thrown since a young age. All I know is motherfucker, yeah, getting paid. Now watch me move like a mafia boss. Business, so don't get fucking cross. Now let's count these G's, capiche? And non-stop, nigga, we gon' stay on top. And we gon' move, yeah, we finesse and groove. And we gon' show the boys how the lake gon' do what? And we be moving, I be moving, I be moving. And I'm finessing and I'm grooving and I'm grooving. And I be moving, I be moving, I be moving. And I'm finessing and I'm grooving and I'm grooving. I keep them things bumping, Austin, Dallas, Houston. I keep them things bumping, Austin, Dallas, Houston. And I be moving, I be moving, I be moving. And I'm finessing and I'm grooving and I'm grooving. Tell the feds I never retired, nigga. Yeah, I say I'm up like a vampire. Tell the feds I never retired, nigga. I say I'm up like a vampire. And I be moving, I be moving, I be moving. And I'm finessing and I'm grooving and I'm grooving. And I be moving, I be moving, I be moving. And I'm finessing and I'm grooving and I'm grooving. Oh. What up, Jizzo? This your old Sally, nigga. Yellow in this bitch, nigga. I only live again. Me.
What's up, everybody? This your boy, Cut Calhoun, the Kansas City Chief. Wanted to let y'all know that new album, The Devil Is a Lie, is available on all streaming platforms. Make sure you go out and show some support. To all promoters, I am now accepting tour dates for 2025. The name of the tour is Back Like I Never Left. For booking info, you can get it below. And make sure to follow your boy Cut Calhoun on all my socials. And you can find that below as well. 2025, Back Like I Never Left. Now accepting booking dates. Holla.
Yo, what's the word? It's SMG Zello, aka Thought Boy Zello, the Talk A Lot artist, man. In the beginning, it was hard for me to get exclusives and to get promo for my music. But guess what? UGTV has that, man. Call the number below and they will help you out, man. It was the best thing I did for myself.
What's going on? It's your boy Wally, aka Mr. Music Is My Business. And I'm here to tell you about the Music Royalty Registration Program. That's right, you can monetize your music and secure your rights with the 14 to 16 essential registrations to protect and maximize your earnings. But why choose this program? Great question. How about getting paid for every stream, download, or play? Save time and effort with expert guidance. Ensure proper credit and ownership. And there's also those music licensing opportunities. For more information, visit urbangrindtv.com or call us at 888-380-1913. Hit the line up and get your grind up. What's going on? It's your boy Wally, aka Mr. Music Is My Business from Urban Grind TV. I'm here to announce my brand new book is out. It's available everywhere books are sold. It's titled Music Is My Business, the ultimate startup guide to the music business. You can check it out at musicbusinessebook.com, Amazon Books, Barnes & Nobles, and everywhere that books are sold. And it will help you turn your love for music into a sustainable career. Check us out, musicbusinessebook.com.
Hey, this is Randy Chertkow with Urban Grind TV, and I'm actually one of the behind-the-scenes people here. I'm a business manager, and I've actually written 4 books, including the Indie Band Survival Guide, my most recent one, Making Money with Music, which is exactly how we met. Because I actually ran into Wally when we were on a board together at a music business school that we were at together. And I'm like, who is this guy? I found out everything that he had been doing, including a cable TV show and radio, and it's only grown since then. And I'm actually really happy to be in the host chair so I can get to put you in the guest chair. How does it feel to be in the guest chair today?
You flipped the whole script on me, Randy.
That's right.
You flipped the whole script. It feels good. It feels good to sit on both sides. You always want to put yourself in the other person's shoes when they're here, when they're at home, and they're being part of Urban Grind TV. So
yeah,
but it is different from sitting on there. So I think so many years you spend so much time focusing on everything else that sometimes you got to stop and kind of smell your own flowers. And
that's right.
Look at how far you've come.
And sit in your own guest chair.
In your own guest chair.
So I get to do something that I've been looking forward to for a while. I get to embarrass the heck out of you. And I'm going to do it by just talking about all of your accolades. This is something I've been looking forward to for a while because this is the 30th season for Urban Grind TV. It's been around for 16 years, started in 2009. It's actually won 28 awards. It's also a nationally syndicated radio show from Philadelphia to Phoenix and a lot of cities in between. And beyond all of that, with all the awards, you are a certified hip-hop scholar. I didn't know that was a thing, but that's one of them sitting right here.
You know, I didn't know once I was one or what they were either until I won it. But shout out to the Hip Hop Heritage Museum to be bestowed such an honor. It was an amazing year that year, 2019, and to get that, and at the same time was admitted into the Hip Hop Heritage Hall of Fame. So, and that was a big honor to be inducted with like other legends like Bushwick Bill, Chicago's Twister, and a couple other heavy people in the industry. So anytime that you're recognized for something that you just love to do and you're good at it, and people recognize your passion and they love it too, it's a blessing.
You're actually a multiple winner of the Chicago Music Awards, too. I think you've won 6 of them, right?
We got 8 Chicago Music Awards.
8. There you go.
I got it tattooed on me. I got a Chicago Music Award tattooed on me because I was very proud of that. I mean, this is an organization that's over 43, 44 years old, consecutively been recognizing Chicago artists and talent from all background and all genres. So I thought it was a huge honor to be bestowed upon us, and we're proud every year to be a part of it. But yeah, Chicago Music Awards was great because we're a Chicago show. So to be recognized at home is always major.
Well, I think that Urban Grind is more than just a Chicago institution, which it is, because it's been on cable TV all of these years. It's actually a big part of urban culture. A lot of major artists come through, and I'm actually very much looking forward to asking you some of these stories that you have up till that point. So let's catch those at some point. But there's a few other things in your history that not everybody might be aware of. For example, you have a law degree.
Yes, I did. I got a law degree. I graduated in 2019. I went to school. I worked during the day. I went to school at night, working on it to to get up to my bachelor's, and then take the law school admissions test, and then get accepted to a law school. And then after the first year of law school, you got to take, they call it like a baby bar.
Yeah.
And you got to take this test in order to stay in law school.
Right.
And then just going through the process, and it's a lot. It was just something that I always challenge myself. I said I want to do something hard. What are some of the hardest things you can do to challenge yourself or to build yourself, right?
Yeah.
So the military, not everybody can go through the strenuous training to even get accepted, to go through it, to complete it, to serve. That's an honor. Not everybody can go through the discipline it takes and a sacrifice to get a doctorate while you're working, while you're raising a family, while you're doing your own business on top of that.
Right.
And it's all about sacrifice. So I thought, like, what's the biggest way that I can push myself to be the best me that I can be? And I had no model to model it off of. I just saw things I thought were cool and I wanted to do, and I said, what will make me better? And so I've always done that. Just like starting a TV show, and, like it's something that you go out, you aspire, and you go.
Well, more than starting a TV show, you've actually been managing artists all this time. You saw so many contracts. I think when you told me about this, when we were talking about it, you're like, hey, I wanted to be able to read those contracts on my own and be able to handle it.
Yeah, I mean, I attribute law to what it is, and it's a language. So I don't speak Spanish. I grew up in a Latin neighborhood where if you didn't speak Spanish, it was a little bit harder. It was a little bit more difficult. So I understood by not understanding the language, I would not understand and I wouldn't be able to communicate with people.
Right.
And when I got into music, I was smart enough to understand that there's a lot of paperwork involved and people get weird and scary when it's a contract. Even if it's just financing something, people are like, they don't get that unless they buy a house. They have very limited exposure and knowledge.
Right.
And I didn't want to be a performer, but I thought, what's the next best thing I can do to help a performer? And it's my son's mom. She was like the first person I worked with. I have to give it to her. Like, she was an artist and entertainer. She still is to this day. She performs live and sings. But so it was like, what can I do? Well, I don't want to do that particularly, but I want to learn the business. There's not enough when you go through a bachelor's degree to say, oh, I know something.
Absolutely.
So I was like, well, let me go to law school. And it was never to even think about like practicing, because I think that's a whole amazing thing in itself. Was never cut out for, I don't think, or interested in the main thing. But I was like, I want to speak this language of law. I want to be able to read it and interpret it and understand it.
Right.
And not most people are intimidated by stuff they don't understand.
Well, you know what, let me tell you, in my last book, The Making Money with Music, the longest chapter is the one that's about legal stuff. And there's a good reason for it. I mean, you're talking about speaking the language. The language of entertainment is one thing. The language of the culture that you're in is another. But actually the language of being able to speak business and actually deal with the business-to-business part of it, which this guy is really amazing at it, I have to tell you. That's what impressed me about Wally from day one after I met him. You mastered that language, and you have everything to be proud of, along with the fact that you're also a veteran and a father. So, I mean, there's a long list of things that you can actually list as accomplishments and things that you are that really guide your life and is a big part of how you interact with this culture and how you put together this TV show.
Thank you. That's really amazing. When you put them all together, they really sound amazing. They do, because you don't wake up and think, well, I did this and I did that.
Right.
That was just part of what you did. It's like you play instruments. I think that's amazing. You play multiple instruments, right? So
yeah,
but I guess, all those things make me who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say one thing is that through this deal, through 23 years of being in the business, good experiences and bad experiences I've had, I appreciate all of them. And I'm gonna tell you why, Randy. If those people weren't them, and they didn't treat me like me, I wouldn't, if they weren't them, I wouldn't be me today.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be me. That means you didn't learn the hard lessons, you didn't learn the real cold truths about people and about money and about business.
Oh, yeah.
About ego.
The entertainment business is full of that, isn't it?
It is.
And it's the kind of ego that's the bad kind that gets in the way of things. Self-confidence is one thing. Ego blocks you from actually seeing reality.
It really does.
Like looking in the mirror and saying, I look great, when, wait, maybe you should fix your hair up, and look good. I think it goes beyond what you said, though. I mean, if I were to, just from an objective standpoint of somebody who's known you for a long time, this is not just what you are, all these things. These are things that you've become. And you've done it with hard work.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That is something we've done.
Well, I mean, it's beyond just, saying this. I've known you for a long time, and I've watched you do it. The main thing that is probably the most interesting about Urban Grind, if you look through our history and you look through the history of urban culture in Chicago, and I urge everybody listening to this to do this, you can actually look at all the shows that popped up and disappeared, including one very well funded from Fox, which basically was stealing all of the guests that Wally was putting together on his show the week after, right?
Well, you know what? I think that was a combination of different stories. So you had bigger stories through Fox and other networks that were out, would take guests. And more importantly, I think they would take concepts. I've seen a lot of stuff that we developed, and even what John came up with segments and things like that, where I've seen people definitely imitate it. Is the kind word.
Which is how you know you're doing something right.
That's how you know you're doing it.
And they try and steal it from you.
Absolutely.
Where are all those shows is my question to you.
They're not in existence anymore.
They're gone.
They're not around. Because if you're always copying somebody else, you'll never really find who you are.
Yeah.
You'll never really find your voice.
So my question to you is this. What's the secret of your staying power? You've been around all of this time. They're gone. They tried to steal your format. They tried to take your guests. They tried to do all this kind of stuff. You're still here.
I am stubbornly persistent. I don't quit. I lock on to things like a missile. Like if I have a target, I only see the destination. I don't always see the journey. I don't think about how hard it is to get there, how long it's gonna take, how much sacrifice, what I'm gonna lose to get there, to make it to that destination. I don't think of that. I think of, more important, the trajectory of it. And sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, sometimes you're gonna lose a little bit of altitude, but you're gonna get there if you're only focused on the target, or I need to land. And I do this, I have a thing where I do this with very little technical knowledge, as you've seen going into things. I would rather go in it and try it and then figure out what I gotta learn, because it's trial and error. I think I've always been like that.
Step onto the stage at Urban Grind Studios, featuring a professional TV set with a full stage, dynamic lighting, and top-tier production capabilities. Whether you're filming a show, recording content, or creating high-quality visuals, we've got the setup to bring your vision to life. We also offer a state-of-the-art podcast studio with a Rodecaster Pro, professional mics, and in-studio monitors for flawless sound. Need crystal-clear wireless audio? Our professional-grade Saramonic wireless audio system with 4 microphones ensures top-quality sound for any production. Our photography studio is perfect for headshots, brand shoots, and content creation with premium lighting and backdrops. Need to record music or voiceovers? Our on-site recording studio is available for high-quality productions. Expand your reach with podcast distribution, TV and radio packages, and exclusive content placement services. And we keep it comfortable with a fridge stocked for guests, easy parking, and a designated smoking area. Book your session today. Call 1-888-380-1913 or visit urbangrindtv.com.
Attention artists, producers, and record labels. Are you ready to elevate your music career? Urban Grind TV will get your music video on BET Jams. That's right, guaranteed airplay for your music video on BET Jams. You'll receive a minimum of 6 to 12 plays, gaining you massive exposure to fans and industry insiders. Just contact Urban Grind TV and we take care of everything. The professional video preparation, the closed captioning, the submission, and the music video placement with the results guaranteed. Just contact Urban Grind TV, send us your file via WeTransfer, complete the payment securely on our website, urbangrindtv.com, and we handle the rest. All you need to do is call 888-380-1913 and visit urbangrindtv.com to get started today. Urban Grind TV, where your music meets the spotlight.
What's up, everybody? This your boy, Cut Calhoun, the Kansas City Chief. Wanted to let y'all know that new album, The Devil Is a Lie, is available on all streaming platforms. Make sure you go out and show some support. To all promoters, I am now accepting tour dates for 2025. The name of the tour is Back Like I Never Left. For booking info, you can get it below. And make sure to follow your boy Cut Calhoun on all my socials. And you can find that below as well. 2025, Back Like I Never Left. Now accepting booking dates. Holla.
Yo, what's the word? It's SMG Zello, aka Thought Boy Zello, the Talk a Lot artist, man. In the beginning, it was hard for me to get exclusives and to get promo for my music. But guess what? UGTV has that, man. Call the number below and they will help you out, man. It was the best thing I did for myself.
What's going on? It's your boy Wally, aka Mr. Music Is My Business. And I'm here to tell you about the Music Royalty Registration Program. That's right, you can monetize your music and secure your rights with the 14 to 16 essential registrations to protect and maximize your earnings. But why choose this program? Great question. How about getting paid for every stream, download, or play? Save time and effort with expert guidance. Ensure proper credit and ownership. And there's also those music licensing opportunities. For more information, visit urbangrindtv.com or call us at 888-380-1913. Hit the line up and get your grind up. What's going on? It's your boy Wally, aka Mr. Music Is My Business from Urban Grind TV. I'm here to announce my brand new book is out. It's available everywhere books are sold. It's titled Music Is My Business, the ultimate startup guide to the music business. You can check it out at musicbusinessebook.com, Amazon Books, Barnes & Nobles, and everywhere that books are sold. And it will help you turn your love for music into a sustainable career. Check us out, musicbusinessebook.com.
Well, you know, if I can actually recall you a story that I was at that is right along the lines of what we're talking. You know what I'm going to ask you about right here.
Yeah.
Let me set.
Drink a Volt.
You know, you drink a Volt. I'm going to set the stage for everybody who wasn't there. So, Wally is on the board of the Illinois Media School, IMS here, and they asked him to do a commencement speech, which is a really great honor, and it's not something that they just give to anybody.
They got it.
So Wally was like, "Yeah, I'll do your commencement speech. This is great." In between, in the time right before this commencement speech, Wally had a medical episode. I'll let him describe it, but it put him in intensive care. He was in the ICU. And actually, why don't you start from the point where you woke up? Because that's actually a pretty good thing.
Yeah, so you mentioned I'm a veteran, no hero stuff, but I got hurt while I was on active duty I suffered traumatic brain injuries and heat strokes and all back injuries, all kind of stuff. I was medevacked out of the field.
Oof.
I passed a few times. I did fight. And I was messed up. You know what I mean? I was worried if we went, I would lose track of where it is. Bring me back.
But bringing you back, you wound up, you woke up in the ICU after an episode.
I'm a veteran. I got hurt.
Yeah.
I have traumatic brain injuries, and from that, on top of having like migraines for like 2 decades, I developed seizures, and I had a seizure. And I had a seizure so bad that I died. I broke my shoulder, and I tore my rotary.
Oof.
And I was unconscious, and I was in intensive care, maybe unconscious for a day or 2. I was in intensive care to ICU for 6 days.
Wow.
And I guess I was in and out. I don't remember any of those days. Because day 6 is what I woke up, that I would remember.
Day 6.
And I woke up, and the first thing I asked is, what day is it?
Okay.
So, are you okay? My dad's there, he's crying, my mom, like, it's serious. And I said, what day is it? And they said, it's Sunday. I said, well, look, I got a speech tomorrow that I got to give.
That's the first thing you thought of when you woke up.
I had committed to giving this speech for a college, and I was really honored and excited to go there and tell my story and share it.
Yeah.
And that was the first thing that was on my mind when I woke up, because I had made a commitment to do something. And when I make a commitment to do something, then you got to stand on that.
Yeah.
So once that happened, that's the first thing that drew me. Talked to the doctor. The doctor's like, oh no, like, you're gonna have to stay here for a couple of days and we're gonna run some more tests. I'm like, no, like, I gotta go. Like, is there anything that's imminent right now? And he's like, no, you gotta rest and put fluids. And I was like, look, I can't feel better here right now because I have to be somewhere tomorrow.
Yeah.
The doctor just looked at me like I was nuts. Like, are you high? I'm like, no. He's like, your shoulder's broken, your elbow's fractured, like you tore your rotary.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so he's like, you gotta go see the physical therapist. Like, you got more more x-rays and stuff, you know? Like, and I was like, no, like, I gotta go do this thing. And I was like, I'll come back. I mean, I just telling him whatever. And I'm gonna make an appointment, but I'm gonna go. I can't sit here.
Wow.
I got bad anxiety. I can't sit in a hospital and just like nothing. And I didn't feel sick. I was awake. I felt like I was in pain, but I was like, I'm not gonna sit here. So
yeah,
I signed myself out against doctors' wishes and advisement, and many nurses and family members. And I'd sign myself out. I got out at like maybe 10 at night, and like less than 12 hours later, I was wearing a suit and I was at the college giving this speech. Now, when you have a seizure, you get memory loss, you're foggy. It's like being drunk or hungover really, really bad, but for days, and it's very easy to be confused.
Yeah.
So you're not even in your best shape to do it. But I was like, you know what? I printed out. I was like, I'm going to go. I'm going to go do this.
Can I pause you and say what it was like from
Please.
the audience then? Because this is a perfect time to transition. So we were in the audience, and it's the standard thing. You know, you have all the graduates. You're sitting in a room, and everyone's got the chairs. It's auditorium style. And he gets up there dressed in a suit, like he says, and says, you know, hey, congratulations, graduates. And he goes through the start of his speech. And he says, he talks about, as a theme, commitment and what it takes to succeed in the entertainment business. And the next thing he says is, 12 hours ago, I was in the ICU. And the entire room couldn't believe it. It was already quiet. I mean, they're listening to him, but there was a different kind of silence, if you know what I'm talking about, in the room. And they were gripped at every single word you said after that. I've never seen so much attention paid to a commencement speech. They could not get over it, and they loved it. It was one of the most moving commencement speeches I've ever seen.
I think that was my first commencement speech experience. That's why I had to make it. I committed, I was going. Like, I was going to be there.
Well, you nailed it.
Thank you.
And, I mean, you created a memorable experience. It's one that nobody is going to be able to forget that's any part of it.
Me neither.
So let's rewind a bit and let's talk about the start and origin of Urban Grind TV and how it came to be. Because you told me some great stories, and I don't know if it's ever been properly captured on video, and I'm really glad to be able to be the one that actually brings that out. Because the story is amazing, and the amazing thing is you were dissed, and you turned it into literally your own media network and TV show.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, really, how many people can say that? Start the story wherever you want, and I mean, people have to hear this. You won't believe this.
I mean, I got to start it from the beginning.
Yeah.
I knew I was getting out of the military. I was coming home. This is 2002. I'm beat up pretty bad. I went back home. I went where I knew, the family where I grew up.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do. I had $7,000 left of my enlistment bonus. My girl was a singer. She was an artist. My friend called me before I got home, like 6 months before I came home. We go through all the process. You know, you're getting out, ETSing. And he told me, he's like, hey, I'm doing music, I'm recording, like, I want to do the music, like, I can be, it was funny. This doesn't age well, but he was like, I could be Jay-Z, you could be Dame Dash. Right? So shout out Dame though, right? Still, that was his idea. Like, you do the business, I want to do the music. And I was like, you know what? Girl sings, I like music, you know, I can dig this.
Yeah.
So I came home and I had to figure out like what is to music, right? So I'd go to studio sessions with my friend, and we checked out all kind of sessions and met producers and met people, and I was like, well, I want to build a studio.
Yeah.
So we don't got to rent time, and I don't got to do hourly. So from renting a studio, we were like, I'm gonna invest. I'm gonna build my own studio.
Yeah.
So we built the studio above my family. My grandfather started a business 50 years ago. We just sold it last year. There was a mechanic body shop, and on the second floor, there was a loft that was from the 1880s. It had been used during Prohibition.
Prohibition.
Yeah, Prohibition
So
era.
it's part of Chicago history.
Yes, they stored alcohol and barrels and liquor and stuff like that in this place. It was old, 1880s. So I converted, was like basically like my grandfather and my father's hangout. They're like their lounge, pool table, everything. It was big. It's 1,200 square feet.
Yeah.
And I converted, like, it was not been used in like 10 years. It was just full of junk. And I was like, well, I'm gonna start here. I took one room. It's like the paint room. The paint mixers. I took all the stuff off the wall. And I got a picture of a Polaroid, but we bought a bunch of equipment. I invested my life savings. I'll make it easy.
Wow.
And through help, even when I needed more, I bought the production equipment. I spent all my money.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know that you needed more money to record. Now I needed a computer, I needed Pro Tools, I needed a microphone.
That's right.
So like I needed a whole nother investment.
It gets expensive quick.
So shout out to Jimbo, man. I love you, Jimbo. One of my dad's friends was like, hey, you know, what are you doing? I'm telling him, you know, I got out the military, I'm building a studio, but I got a production studio, but now I can't record. I can make the music, but I can't record it.
Right.
Because I didn't know. You don't know. Like people, when you start out, you don't know these things.
Sure.
So long story short, man, he blessed me with a loan and let me pay him back like once a month, bi-weekly, like just get it in. And he invested in me and helped me get the additional equipment that I needed.
Amazing.
So like it was the Pro Tools and it was like the new computer and the microphone. But we had bought the MPC 2000 XL, my Yamaha Motif 6, my Yamaha monitors. Like I had my Mackie mixers. Like I bought preamps. Like I built it. I would go to Guitar Center like every 2 weeks and bug the people and play with it and ask questions. And they look at me like, are you gonna buy? And I bugged him for months while I was trying to figure out, I was asking God, like, what am I going to do before I made this investment of all my money?
Right.
Is this the right thing to do? Is like, this is for me?
Yeah.
And one day I walked in like that, man, and I was like, I'm buying today. Like, I'm going to buy some equipment. And I made that leap of faith, and I spent all my money building the studio. From the studio, Smokey Studio, production company. From production company, over a course of 9 years, from 2002 through 11, I had a record label, 1913 Records. And we had different artists, hip hop, R&B, Latin rock, reggaeton. I had dancers. I had groups of kids who were like 14 years old, the Drama Crew, the Young Titans, Ruchi Miles, like everybody that was part of the crew. Like, we had different groups. We had 2 teams that would compete. We would do shows. We'd press up CDs. Like, it was hard copy, press release. Like, we would work, and I did this, and I invested for almost 10 years solely in music and in musicians. And I'm not a musician, but I did this. And through the process, I was shooting music videos with a director. And I did a package with him, a couple of videos, some commercials. And a long story short, the premiere, I gathered my whole friends and family together on a Wednesday night. At 11 during the week, during a work week. And I says, hey, my stuff's going to be on TV tonight, the commercials and the videos. And we sat there till midnight, and it didn't play. It happens. I called. He said, look, I'm going to fix it. He blamed the intern or whatever. No, this is a beautiful story. I'm so grateful for him. And then the second week he did it again. And I had brought like half my family. I had like begged him. I was embarrassed to come back and watch, like, give me another chance, because they're going to play the new episode. And my commercials and our music videos. We had spent thousands and thousands of dollars shooting music videos. And these are standard definition. There's no HD or nothing.
Yeah, it was SD at that time.
And producing. And that's where I found my calling as an executive producer, was EPing all these music videos. We had motorcycle scenes. We were doing really cool stuff. And the guy was really talented. He just didn't honor like his commitment. So I got really mad the second time. And the second time he didn't play my stuff that week. The following week, I called him, and I just told him that I was gonna start my own show. And he laughed at me. There's no cap. He laughed at me. I started my own show. We came up with Urban Grind TV. I came up with the names at the studio.
You said you just came up with it on the spot.
Yeah, when we sat around the table and we were just throwing things out. It was like literally my first suggestion, and everybody loved it. And it stuck. And we went out and we went to start shooting a pilot, and we wrote stories with comedians, hip hop artists, music videos. So like, we worked on the pilot for like a month or two to get a pilot together of the show.
Wow.
And we were like, we're
You've never done this before.
No,
this was all like new to you.
No, it was. So the guy that I was working with, Shu, shout out Himanshu, he worked with Gangland.
Okay.
And he was the technical guy. He was the director, and he was experienced. So I would produce the stories. I would get the talent, like I do like now, the production, and he would shoot and edit. So I put this stuff together. I mean, I got in Zanies. I got in so many places telling them, like, I got a pilot for Comcast. And nobody questioned me because I really went, and I did. And I just knew that's where I was going to shop it. And that's where I was going to have to start. So I spoke it into existence. And then guess what? Like, we turned the pilot in. It was a 58-minute show. It was a tape. And I remember taking it to the station and, calling, and I did the submission, and the guy did it all, and I took it in, and he goes, well, what's it about, your show? They fill out a paper. And I said, well, it's what I love. And he goes, well, what is that? I said, music, comedy, and like entertainment. He's like, it'll be a week or two, and somebody will look at it. This is our process, and I will contact you via like a letter. I was like, okay, what do I expect? It's channels, it's, master control.
Right.
So I leave I get back to the studio, because this was downtown Chicago. I get back to the studio like 55 minutes later, because I remember I looked at my watch. They called me and they were like, hey, do you have more episodes of this? Can you get, and I was like, yeah. They're like, well, we'd love to, you know, give you a season.
Holy crap.
Can you do 13 episodes?
No way.
And I was like, yeah, I can do 13 episodes. I'm like just throwing out stuff. We have no idea what we're doing.
Well, you just made one pilot episode.
I made the pilot.
Right.
Right. But we had really good, Alex Ortiz was on one of them. We had a hip hop artist.
Who you just had as a guest, by the way.
We brought him back
Yeah.
because of the anniversary.
Right.
So like the guy watched it because I told him what it was about. That's my point. He didn't throw it in a pile. It didn't go through the regular process.
Yeah.
I figured within that hour, by the time the bars rolled at the end, the credits, he was like, oh, this is something different.
Yeah.
And he probably didn't expect much when I went in there because I didn't look like a video guy.
Right.
And I wasn't. I was learning music, you know? So I launched it because somebody let me down, and I had people that depended on me, and I wanted to create a platform for artists and entertainers to be seen, to be heard, to be respected. And where major artists would respect it and stand on business with us too. And I didn't see anybody besides this person that was doing it. And I was like, you know what, they can do them. And that's how I feel today. I'm glad. I hope there's 10 more shows, because we know our lane and what we do. And that only helps grow the culture. And I felt like we added something. And you know what? It was a hit. It was a hit off the jump. From the beginning, it was a hit. It wasn't easy.
No.
But it was a hit.
Well, you had some times where it didn't look like, you know, you made it through all the difficult times. Join us next week for part 2 of our interview with Wally Lockard.